Our students, Brian Proctor back again with the 30-day drawing challenge, day 2. Let's go get it. All right, day 2. We're going to do some faces. Let's see if I can explain this. First of all, let's do a quick face. It's all in the measuring. So you have your oval, which basically your face is going to be more egg-shaped. That's a pretty bad excuse for an egg. But for the time being, we're going to go oval. A lot of people can't do ovals. I've heard of people that couldn't do ovals, or people have wrote in and said they couldn't do it. So just do a rectangle, round it off, and then more of a V, a rounded V, and then you have your face. Just simple. Use your shapes that you can do to make it more simpler for you. So I've got all white, so my camera's gonna do its thing. All right, split it down the middle. And usually they say middle. I used to go middle, but let's just say middle. Just go a little bit over the middle for your eyes. Then we say middle of that for your nose, and then middle of that for your mouth. These are just quick ways to measure. So you know that your nose and just above the eye are your ears. And you're going to have to use all these when you turn it up. Because when you turn it up, it's a whole different story. Your nose, however big your nose is, when you go up, your eye is right there. Put that eye right there in the middle. Center of your eye is the length of your mouth. And then same thing for your chin. So with these measurements, you want to keep these measurements in mind when we're doing an up shot. So let me draw a quick up face, and then I'll show you what I'm saying. So when you're going up, you're going to have to, of course, you're going to put your eyes up. You're going to see more chin. And depending on how up it is, you'll see the bottom of your chin. So let's just do this. You're going to see the bottom of your chin. It's going to come up here. I said I want to put my eyes high up. So I put my eyes right here. This is going to be the line for your eyes. It's going to be a center line here. I'm going to do a little turn on it. So the one thing is your nose is going to be high up. You're going to get chin, and it all depends on your angle. So I'll usually do the chin, then I'll do the mouth, then I'll do the nose, and then the eye. Now, the one thing is your brow is going to stick out. The brow is going to stick out kind of like this and go around like that. Now, on the end of your brow, you're going to have your face, your what I'm trying to say is there are planes on the face, like sides to your face, that are just planes that would catch different light. What? All right, so if we continue to draw the face, right where the eyebrows are, you're going to have these planes, shall I say, that actually cut in to your face, because this is sunk into your skull, and that's sunk in. So they go up and they turn in like this. So right where this would be at is a plane here, which is your forehead, and this is around the side of your forehead. And it actually comes down some too off of your eye. All right, getting back to this, maybe I should just draw the whole thing, and then once I draw it, you'll understand what I'm doing. Now, depending on how much you turn it up, it determines your nose, how much of the nose you're going to see. The nose is going to cover up a lot of stuff. So for now, you're kind of drawing like this triangle, and then you're just going to see a little bit of the nose, but this comes all the way up to the top of the brow, actually. Now, on this line here, where we have this coming here and this coming right here, it's going in. It's going to be like this. It's like that. And you have your nose down here. Just draw the nose like this. and you have this line that goes across here. That's going to be, it cuts right across the eye. Cuts right across the center of the eye. So basically, if you're using these measuring lines, you won't go wrong. So even across here, you're going to have that eye. Again, remember, let's just keep this round. You have at the end of the nose is where your eye is. So if you keep these measurements in mind while you're drawing, you won't really mess up too much. And since this is up, the eye's not going to be like this. It's going to kind of have that roundness to it since it's up. Your nose, basically, you're just going to see your nostrils. This is like a big round bulbous piece here, and you can see the nostril and the other nostril, depending on how big the nose is, and you see the whatever this part is called, like that, and you'll see some of the bridge. So let me start inking this so that you can keep up. Then you're going to have that, I believe is a philtrum or septum philtrum, I believe, because your mouth is going to go out. Your mouth is going to come out. The top lip going from the side. Here's your nose. Here's your mouth, like this. The top lip comes out further than your bottom lip, because if you do a angle line, all your pieces should touch that angle line for that perfect face. Even your chin, and then that goes up. So your mouth is going to come out, and you have this little piece here, which is septum or philtrum, I believe, one of the two. So that's going to, that curve, that forms your top of your lips, your lips, yeah. And then it's going to go out, and then you have this piece here, and then that, and you see the bottom of your lip, which kind of pokes out as well, because you're going to see the under part of your lip, your bottom lip right there, and then it goes into the chin, which, as I say, is the same, on that same line as the mouth, which goes to half the eye. But you don't want to kind of, you don't want to just draw the whole chin out. You kind of leave room, leave space for, leave some lines open. It's late. But the one thing is, when you draw an upshot, everybody has those cheekbones. These cheekbones, which are going to be round. So what happens is it comes out from under the eye. It's like this, and then you have that cheekbone, and then it goes into your jaw, which curves around under your chin. So the same thing here. That face is a little wide. It's going to be like this, and then it goes down into that chin. Sometimes you have this little dip there because of the cheekbones. You have your eye that comes out a little, and then this is going to be more narrower. It's not going to be as wide as that, as the bottom. And of course, as I say, about here going around, you have that ear, and then here going around, you have that ear. There, you won't see ear here. So the one thing that used to get me, remember that the mouth is coming around. This is going to kind of bend there. The jaw from that cheekbone. If I didn't say that on this one, if you keep here, this comes down, your jawbone is right here at this line. So just kind of remember all these lines when you're drawing your upshot, and it makes stuff a little better. So your eye, your eyes are round. The eyeball itself is round. And then you have that skin over top of it. And then you're going to have because you're looking up, you're going to have that extra lid. Because when you do an eye, you always have that lid, which a lot of people don't draw, and then the bottom. But when you're looking up, you're going to see all of that. And then So sometimes you see the bottom, depends. So here's the nose. Let's finish this eye. Let's say since you're looking up, it's going to be more rounded. And you're going to see that brow, that when you open your eyes and when you close your eyes, that extra skin. You're going to go up. Remember, this is the halfway part. You're going to go in like this, and this comes in like that, and then you have your nose, which would be a little more like that. And then you have that cheekbone, as I said, comes around like that. So this eye is going to come in and into that. Cheekbone might not be out that much, but it goes in. You have just a little room for the mouth, and then you have the chin. Same thing, comes out, in, and then the chin. So let's just say if I did my chin, I would break that line, and then your neck, depending on how big your neck is, you're gonna have this little shadow piece that like comes around and goes around your neck and back up to your chin. And a lot of times that's in shadow. So your mouth would be like this. And so you draw the bottom half. That's in shadow too. And then you draw your top half of your mouth and your cheekbone here. And this is going to be narrower. Your ear. There. So if I did a different angle from it, this is hard to explain. This is kind of one reason why I never really did this. It's hard to explain. It's kind of easy to draw it, but it's hard to explain it. So let me get another piece of paper, and then I'll kind of do like another angle. I'll draw it and then try to explain it as I'm going. Let's see if I can angle it over more. Let me get this out of the way since you can still see this. You're going to start out with your oval shape. You're going to have that. And if I did a face, it would be across like this, across like that, and across like that. But since I'm going up, it's going to be rounded. Now, a couple people asked me about what was the Loomis method. And it's when you draw the circle and then you draw the lines and you cut this part off and you cut that part off and then you add the chin to this and you bring that down. And it's a lot of stuff, and it's like, what was it, the center line, and then the, what was it, the other line for your forehead. But the thing is, when you're drawing comics, you're drawing small. Let me show you this right here. This is just something I was helping somebody with. So, but just ignore everything. But if I'm drawing this face, this is so small, I don't have time to draw like the Loomis method, all these lines going in through the face, because then I've got to turn around and put the nose in the mouth, and I've got so many lines there that it won't work. It won't work. So, you know, it's good if you're drawing a big head, but if you're doing comics and your heads are like this big, then it won't work. You just have to you have to know where to put your lines at and then go from there. So let's just say I'm going to turn this guy a little bit more. So of course, you know, you want your eyes, let's say your eyes are going to be here, and all your lines should be round. Keep them round, keep them round. And one thing I will do is once it gets past a certain point, then I make this straight down. So that, your nose, well, see, I do my chin again. My chin. Which is too high. The chin should be way down at the bottom. All right, let me just draw this because this is kind of like playing a piano. It's hard to explain it you play your song and then you try to tell somebody how to do it, it's just really hard. So let me draw it and I'll try to explain it as I'm drawing it. All right, first thing, let's put my nose. Put my nose where I want to put my nose. And doing the nose, I'll do this little triangle kind of piece here. That goes up to, we know where the eye is. We know what that is. So we go up there and then that's going to make that brow like this. The brow is going to come off and curve around. If you take this all the way to where that other eye is, so it's going to be like that. But remember, this goes all the way up here. The bridge of your nose is like right at the height of that. Then again, the eye is up halfway to the nose. That's where your eye is going to be. I don't do the bottom. I just do this because it's going to be curved. Same thing here. By having the nose up, you know you're looking up at it. All you're going to see is that nostril, those nostrils. Right there. And this is going to be close to the eye. The higher your face, the more the tilt, the closer the nose is going to get to the eye. So I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to bring this nose up to give it even a higher kind of tilt. Put it like actually in the eye. Like that. And then you have this bridge here. See some of that there. So the bridge is the nose is actually shaped like this. Except this is going to go out more. Split that like that. So it's a wedge. This is how I draw the nose. How do you draw the nose, Brian? It's like this, like this, like this. Sometimes I may put some down like that and then put the nostrils here, but depending on the angle that I want. But basically I'll do this, and that, and then you can just kind of shape the nose up from that. It's like this is the front of your nose, it's your nostril. Like that, because you have that round bulbous part and it goes up and you see that some of that skin from the side, and it goes up into the eye like that. And then you have your philtrum, I believe, and it's your mouth like that. So remember, the higher the nose, the higher the tilt of the nose, the closer to the eye is going to be, or the closer to the eye is going to be, the higher the tilt of the face. So if I curve it, and I'm curving this around like this because the whole thing is curved, especially your mouth, the part. So you're going to have this piece come here. We're going to have this, remember this piece there, and your mouth, center of the eye. This little piece here, bottom lip. Let's just finish this top lip. And the bottom lip. And you're going to see the bottom of that. All right, remembering that not right here, this comes in, this little, your cheekbone is going to come down at an angle and then curve around. So you're going to have like a little dip coming in here. It's going to go wide, it's going to come in and then out at the jaw. So you're going to have this, and then you have your chin here somewhere, as wide as the mouth. And that's going to go up, and then you're going to have the bottom of your neck showing. Bottom of your neck, the bottom of your head, face. So, okay, this comes up and it centers that, which the nostril, that other nostril. You can make the nose as wide or as thin as you want, especially if it's a woman. You'll see some of that. Remembering you will see the bottom of the, I don't want to call it an eyelid. It's not a lid. And then this comes in. And you get a lot of shadow here. So unless you have your light shining up, a lot of times it's going to be shadow. And you got your cheekbone, of course, again, coming down a little bit. And the ear, which goes around the nose. So your ear is going to be here. If I get the head right. And again, you have this, and you're going to have this curved piece around, because it's like if you take your head and you lift your head up, you're still going to have this piece right here underneath your chin. It's got to touch your neck, and your neck is round. So it's going to come down and touch your neck like that. And then you have those muscles that come down there. And again, with your chin, your mouth. Now, if you're doing comics, you're not going to really detail it too much. You're not going to have like detail like that. Your chin, your mouth, your nose, which is going to be like right there. The eye, and your cheekbone. And again, this is going to come up, and then your head is going to be more narrower. You're not going to see as much from it. So you have this, and then this comes around, and then it connects to that neck. And this is usually in shadow. And if you need some shadow for the neck there, and of course, because this is round, around here, your ears are going to be lower, be round. The same way, the opposite. If you were looking up, if you're looking down, your ears will be higher. So if I ink this thing, and this is more information than skill, I guess. I started inking a little too fast. Because remember, this is it's like where your side of your head where it starts to turn in at. Chin. And that cheekbone. You don't have to go all the way from the eye. You just give a little bit of what? That there is a cheekbone. Indication, that's the word I'm trying to find. Say, indication that there is a cheekbone. And then, yeah. And a lot of times, because you'll have that, because of the face, the roundness of this, you have this, but I wouldn't really do it, because then you're just drawing, it makes your drawing looks old. Makes the character look old. And then the ear. You wouldn't see the other ear. And if you're looking down, if there's not a lot of shadow, there will be shadow under the eye because of the overhang. And then, of course, you need shadow under your nose. Basically, you're going to have a lot of shadow when you do an upshot, or you should. It kind of makes it look mysterious. You're going to have the shadow here because that's a dip. Definitely shadow under the chin. And probably under here. And depending on your light source, and then maybe some shadow. You're gonna have shadow here, some under here, because this is sucked in, and maybe some on like the cheek. But then you kind of maybe overdoing it. You don't want to do too much shadow, and it all depends on where your light source is. Let's say that's since that is round, just a little shadow under the nose, shadow here, maybe coming off the side of the nose. Now he looks like a thug. And definitely the top lip, which I forgot about because that sticks out more. But you're doing, you know, crazy shadow picture at that point. All right, let me do one more, and hopefully I can explain it better because, as I said, it's more of a practice thing. But if you use your guidelines, where's that at? If you always remember your guidelines and where you're placing your nose, then it'll be a little better, or it'll be a little easier for you. But this is more of a practice thing because on this one, I don't do a lot of upshots, so I can't say step 1, step 2, step 3 like I did with the torso because I'm always doing the torso. So let's put it like this, because you usually don't do a straight upshot. You usually tilt it. Tilting it is just better for actual drawing. So let's just say like this. Get your oval, your direction line. Find how high your eye is going to be. So let's just say my eye is going to be like that. So I guess that's your first 3 steps right there. Your nose. How high is your nose going to be at? Where is the ball of your nose at? That determines how high your face is. So that ball is the ball of your nose. Your nose is like a little ball here on the tip, and it's like this, and then this little ball goes into your nostrils like that. So when I say ball, that's what I mean by ball. And then it's the philtrum, I believe, and then your mouth, and your lips are like this. It's the center line. Geez, how is that? I just lost that. It's like this, really. The shape of your lips are like this, and that's what I'm saying. These planes on your lips, the planes on your face are like this. So that's how your top lip is shaped, and your bottom lip is, depending on how you want it. You could be round, it could be flat, it could be thinner, it could be thicker. But usually I'll have the top lip come out a little further, especially if I'm doing a woman. And then I'll just bring the bottom lip down like that and then around, especially if I'm doing a woman. If I'm doing a man, I won't put that much lip on it. So again, how high is your nose going to be? Drawing that almost triangle, curving it around here. Then you can put the bridge on there and kind of bring it down. Then separate it. Remember, you have there's a little ball, so you have to separate the two in between, in the middle. Do your nostrils. Then you have that piece there, which shapes your lips. So I guess it centers around where the eye is and then the structure of the nose. Remember, this piece right here comes to this little point, but usually I just do one side because of the light. So just one side, and then it goes up and around. And then your bottom lip, again, you're going to see the bottom of it. So you have this, and then you have kind of like this that goes in. And that's going to be the bottom. So you need to probably shadow that so that you won't get so thrown off. And your lips can be, well, your lips can be small, they can be large, but remember the center of your eye is where the lips stop at. So I'm going to make these come out a lot more. So the center of my eye. Even if you don't do the eyes, you know, because the nose is where your eye is going to start. and that's going to be the center. So if this is the start, this is the center. I'm gonna what he was just so you want to have it equal to this, to that wide. Same thing here. Remember, this is going to kind of like curve around. So it's going to be the center. This is going to be the start. This is going to be the center. Make that a little darker. And you want to even that out like that. So you should have balanced eye. Like that. So the end, okay, we're not going to do the end. So as my mouth says, my chin is going to be here. So this is going to dip down, and then you're going to have your chin here, and it's going to be the same length as the mouth. If you're doing your typical standard person, then this is going to be close. You're going to have that I don't know what you call it, that little dip here, and you have this other one here, center line, because you're going to get a lot of shadow in there. Up there, then you have your cheekbone, again, cheekbone, and then from this point you slim down how much you want the face, and it all depends on how much you turn it, how far this angle is. A lot of times this brow is going to be out. So let's just say this brow is out. Here's my cheekbone coming in, down, and out like that. And the same thing for this. Where is my cheekbone? Is going to be here, and it's going to go down. So my chin is going to have this shape that comes back around to the jawbone. That's what I'm trying to say. The jawbone, cheekbone, and this is gonna go in and out. But because of this angle, the head is gonna come back more. You're gonna have this. Gonna come back more because that ear is gonna be right behind this ear. Curving around, Brian. It's not gonna be up that high. And you won't see that. So again, the bottom is going to come in and then go wrap around that neck and come here. And I could have brought this out a little bit further. And of course, that depends on the thickness of the person. Remembering that line, because my jawbone is chin is right here, so it's got to come up. This is where it turns at. So stop here. And then you can come around. Something to remember because it's high up. Same thing here. Where's my thing? It's going to come in right about here. So what you have left is this part that you already drew, and it's going to curve around into the neck. And your neck is going to be like out here. For this angle, your neck is going to be way out here because of that turn. You have a lot of head there. That comes out. And then somewhere, you got to kind of feel it. It won't be way out here unless he's, muscular guy. So I would say like out here somewhere. It's easier to draw than explain. As I said, that's why I haven't really done a video on upshots yet. Because if I can't explain it to you, it's not, I'm not going to do it. I'll put a video up when I can explain it to where you can understand it. And then shape that head. And at this point, it's going to kind of like go back. And remember, this is the plane right here. Plane here. So you're going to get different kind of light source over here than you would over here. Again, here. Could probably bring that up a little bit. Get a little more roundness up here, up high, because. So work with that eye. So, and then you give it a little bit of roundness there. The other eye. Now, if I had brought the nose up more, it would have covered that eye up. And I don't know why I try to do that, but somehow my nose keeps dropping down lower than I want. And I'll do another real quick one and see how how high I can get it up to where you can't, where that nose is covering that eye. An extreme upshot. But as I say, this is going to be shadow. Probably down here too, of course, again. Here, so you have this eye here, this there, that you extra, that fold. Yeah, that shadow there. Your eyebrow is going to be here anyway, over top of all that. And then down in here as well, because it slopes out. Remember that jawbone kind of slopes out there, and then it gets high right up in here. So it's gonna, if I did a crazy hard shadow, it'd be kind of like this, kind of like that. Could make that nose a little higher. It's got to curve around, so I could have brought it up. Like that. And of course, again, you're going to get shadow under here. Some light probably is going to bounce off here because this is round. This is just one ball, a round ball here. And this goes up to the brow. Yeah, I'm gonna put his neck out a little bit more, make him a little more manlier. And looking in the monitor, that's kind of looking away. That's what's it. Another good thing is to turn your picture upside down, and then you get a different view from it. I would have made it longer, but it's a quick drawing, quick rough drawing. Just trying to see what I can do to this nose. All right, let me see if I can get one hard, and you just have to throw that nose way up there. Kind of the same angle because I want it to be kind of off. All right, let's try another one. Oval. Center line. And almost like the Loomis method, you have this is going to be a circle, and this part is going to be flat. So once it comes like over this heel, it's going to go drop down flat. So everything on here, this part, you kind of keep it flat, and once you get past that, you kind of round everything off. But it is rounded going this way. So it's kind of like flat going down and rounded going up. So let's just say this, go here. I'm going to put my eyes here. I want to put my nose here. So you get your eye line, however much of a tilt you want to have on your head, your eyes going up, and then you put your nose in. So I'm going to put my nose like right here. It's going to be crazy hard extreme. So because of that, you won't see any of the bridge of the nose. And then your mouth is going to be like right here. Giving it that curve. Remember this, it comes down like this. You have this dip from the Filtrum, I believe it's Filtrum, I hope so. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And it's not that wide though. There, it's gonna have this little triangle piece. You're gonna have your bottom lip. You're gonna have this piece down here. Just shade that so you know that it's the bottom, and you don't think you have this like this humongous lip. And I should curve this in more, just kind of like in, since it's kind of that much of a angle. And then your chin is going to be like right here. Still want to give it some chin. And then below that is going to be the bottom of your chin. So my nose is here. Remember that comes like this. You have your split the nostrils. And your eyes, let's say your cheek, your what do you call that then? Your jaw, not jawbone. It's late. I'm telling you guys, it's late. It's gonna come at an angle down and then curve around, which means this part is gonna be high. Let's say about right here. That brow. And then that eye is going to be like right here. Where is it? Halfway. You just got to remember that. The nose and halfway. And of course, you're going to see more of that underneath of it. It's going to curve, and you might see that little puff under your eye. Same thing. Up. Eye starts here, halfway for the mouth. Curving around. The brow is going to be about right there, coming in, and then down, and then that's your plane of your face. So this is going to be here, and this is going to be your plane. You'll see a little bit plane change right here, and you'll see a little bit of side coming down. Where is it? Like this, coming in, out, back in, and to the chin. So same thing, depending on how much, and this is going to be narrower than the rest. Comes in, and then it's going to be more lower. You know, it's not going to be here. It's going to be more lower because of the angle of that face. So this is going to come back to the neck. Let's just say I'll put my neck here and about here. So it's going to come back under here, hit that neck, because that neck is round, and go back up to the chin. This is where I'm saying you don't want to have like a complete line. You want to break some of these lines up. So if I did this, I'd have here, maybe the chin here, and then like that. I would break those lines up because the eye kind of knows, you know, where you are, what you're doing. Where you are and what you're doing. The eye kind of knows the shape of the face. Wouldn't connect any of that. And then, as I said, all of this is just kind of like, how can I explain that? I really can't explain that. It puffs out of the face. This is your face. This is your head. All of this, your mouth and all that, just kind of like puffs out like this, and it has this. Can't explain that. That goes down. That angle that goes down. So this is going to kind of be round, coming down. Whereas you have your cheek going up like this. And this is basically more of your structure of your face, and this is coming down like that. It kind of rounds off. The whole thing kind of like rounds off like a big bump on your face. But as I say, I would not use these extra lines, but for shadow purposes, it's just best to know where they are. And your ear is going to be way, way, way back here because this is going around. So your ear is going to be down, way down. And you really wouldn't see that other one. As I said, this is going to kind of angle like this. It's not going to be wide like that. It's going to angle. Your cheekbone comes right here and goes up. Like that. So it's just going to get fatter like that. So I guess that's the best I can explain it. One quick time. Over for your face. Find out where your direction is. Find out how high your eyes are going to be at. Then put your nose wherever you want to put your nose. That determines how high your tilt on your face is going to be. Remember, the bridge of your nose is, this is the eye. This is that sink of the eye. So if your nose is right here, the bridge goes all the way to the top. Because when in the beginning, I used to think it stopped here, but no, it goes all the way to the top. But everybody's face is kind of different. So you have this curves around for that little bump that I'm saying right here for your mouth. Yeah, remember the shape of the nose, like this. Put that there. You can always take some of those lines away later. This would be the center of your eye. Goes up a little bit. Center of your eye. Remember the lines halfway. The nose is where you start your eye, and the mouth is the center of your eye. Keeping these lines curved. Don't have them straight, or just gonna throw it off. Start of your eye, middle of your eye, and then just even it off. Nostrils. Your cheekbones are going to be more prominent. Go out, in, and then where's your chin at? Curve up to the bottom of your chin, and whatever's left is going to be the bottom of your face. I'll just touch the bottom of my chin like you can see that. Where's your neck? This connects to the neck as the neck is round. Going up. Where's that chin at? The chin is like right here. That muscle and that extra chin. So yeah, those will be the steps. I think the nose and the eyes are what gets you where you need to go for doing an upshot. That's on the center line. Bridge, center line, the fold, and then that shadow area coming down some, cheekbone. Yeah, I mean I can do this all over and over again, but it's just the same thing. Cheekbone, depends on how far you want your face to come out, cheekbone, ear, and then this is going to narrow in there. So as I say, it's more measuring. Once you remember the measurements, beginning, center, space it out, and when you start drawing your upshots, you'll get it. It's just practice like everything else. This is why I don't do too many upshots. I just don't do too many upshots. Unless it's called for. I mean, this could be the hero looking into the distance at like your last panel after he just, defeated the bad guy, and, the blood is, running down from his nose and his mouth. Why are you going to mess the picture up, Brian? He cuts on his face because, it was a hard battle and, dirt smudges and so forth. But he's looking, into the future of the world because life is going to be better now that he beat the bad guy up, and cuts and gashes and, whatever else beat down. The eye could be like swollen or something. I don't know. Don't mess the picture up anymore, Brian. So yeah, that's going to be it for this. And so I'm not going to ramble. I'm just going to let it go and see you guys on the third day. All right, let's go back and look at some of the other things that we did. And I don't know, maybe this would be maybe I'll use that one as a, what do you call that thing? Thumbnail. All right, I'm going to ramble, so I'm getting out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow.